Okay. I think that I'm live here. Okay. That's fantastic. Let me get my screens all in the right place because that's going to be important for here tonight. All right. Yes. Okay, we're good to go. I'm Chronix from the most extreme wrestling, and this is your AEW Dynamite review for November 4th, 2020. Can you believe that it is already November? That is freaking insane. And AEW Full Gear is this Saturday. It is the go home show. So what we're going to be doing here right now is discussing that show right now. We have Dasha as she interviews Chris Jericho. Very shortly, Jericho puts over Jake Hager, who is at his side. Jake Hager's got two black eyes. He's got a stitched up nose. Obviously, this man has been in some fights over here. And MJF comes in quickly to interrupt this segment right here. Let his presence be known, because these guys have been having a storyline and they will be having a match there at Full Gear. And Chris Jericho calls MJF soft. Nobody wants to be called soft. But MJF is, well, he says, just watch what he's about to do as Chris Jericho goes on to commentary. Yeah, but not before he lets everyone hear his entrance music, and they sing along, and they do that because that never gets old, does it? First match of the night right here, happening right in front of our eyes. It's MJF and Wardlow taking on Ortiz and Sammy Guevara. Why is it Ortiz and Sammy Guevara? Well, that's just what we got. I mean, Sammy Guevara is going to be having a match at the pay-per-view with Matt Hardy, so why not? Hey, you got to put him in something, right? In this match, MJF, he's motivated. He is angry. Sammy Guevara, he's moving fast. He's flying high, but he's not really getting as high as the octaves that Chris Jericho gets with his vocal cords at the excitement level when he is talking about his boy Sammy Guevara. I mean, it's pure excitement. It's talking about like Vince McMahon levels back in like the middle 90s when he's talking about Shawn Michaels, like, oh my God, it's Shawn Michaels. Oh, look at him go. He was getting pretty excited is what I'm saying. As the action rolls to the outside, it's no longer Halloween, but we still have people dressed up in disguises. It's Matt Hardy attacking Sammy Guevara at the pay-per-view. Keep in mind, it's going to be Matt Hardy and Sammy Guevara again, but this time they're going to be doing some kind of deletion match. They're not going to be having an actual one-on-one match, which is probably good for everyone. Is Matt Hardy fully recovered? I hope they'll let us know. At this present moment, I'm not too sure. But what I am sure of is MJF gets the Fujiwara armbar and makes Ortiz tap out. So sucks for that dude. Chris Jericho, he is still at the commentary booth. And yeah, over there, MJF attacks him. He does a spear. Well, I guess it's more like of a tackle through the AEW background with the AEW logos everywhere that's behind the announce table. Going through it like Rhino spearing Chris Jericho back in 2001. Right before they changed over to the giant iconic fist logo. Fisting all the people here. Well, I got one person watching me right now. Tony interviews Kenny Omega. Kenny Omega is not in his own home. He's in somebody else's home, as he points out to us there in Jacksonville, Florida. He speaks about how wins and losses matter, and I just smacked my forehead. And I've been having a headache all day, and it didn't help. But I just couldn't help myself because, I mean, do wins and losses really matter? Do they really matter? Because we got a tournament to get here. So technically wins and losses did lead to this match, but you know what I'm talking about. Yo, what's up, Super Serpents? You over there cleaning them cages? This dude has some major snakes, and you got to keep them clean. You got to keep them taken well care of, and that's awesome. I'm going to take care of you guys as I continue with this review. We got Miro with Kip Sabian, and Miro has been taking good care of Kip Sabian, right? You know, Miro is the he's the best man for Kip Sabian whenever he decides to get married to Penelope Ford. Well, Miro is taking on Trent with a question mark, so I guess I should say Trent with the best friends at his side. Yeah, that's what it said on his little nameplate. It said Trent. I don't get it. Like, what is that even supposed to be? Justin Roberts, for whatever reason, the announcer here, is introducing the wrestlers like a title match. Like, you know, normally when guys come out, they're like, oh, making their way to the ring, such and such. But here, they waited until they got inside of the ring, and then with them in each corner, did their entrances, which I like that because it makes it feel more important. But this was not a title match or anything, so it just seemed out of place because they don't always do it. And why were they doing it on this particular occasion right before a pay-per-view? Who knows? I don't know. I really don't understand. I don't know why. But yes, Miro grabs the microphone. He is not satisfied with the introductions, and they start brawling. They start fighting. Jericho is yelling on commentary. He's doing commentary for the whole night, so good for him. He's got something to do. And Chuck Taylor starts fighting Kip Sabian off screen as Ford and Orange Cassidy look at each other on the outside. Ford slaps Orange Cassidy. Orange Cassidy takes her sunglasses, I guess it was, puts them on inside of the ring where the actual action is happening. Yeah, Miro goes for a kick, but Trent, he slips out of that, gets the little 2-count pin. Trent gets caught with the game over camel clutch submission there in the center of the ring, and Miro wins. And yeah, so good for that guy. We got Adam Page. He's being interviewed by JR. And I didn't catch much of this promo, unfortunately. I was having some technical difficulties, which I certainly seem to have from time to time. Am I having technical difficulties right now? I don't know. Am I? It seems like I might be okay. It's hard for me to tell. I need to get a better system where I can actually hear exactly what's happening. I mean, I can hear what I'm saying, you know what I mean? But whether my audio sounds crispy, that's what I'm concerned about. Crispy. Everybody wants to be a little crispy, don't you? Like some Rice Krispies? Those are good. Okay, Young Bucks and FTR have a video package featuring other tag teams talking about them, talent, and such matter at that. They got the colored backgrounds like we got going on here. Hey, man, it's 2020. That's what we do these days. It was nice. I liked the video packages that they did through the night. I felt like they properly built up that feud, although pretty much everything leading up to it is huge questions in my mind. The actual video package that they did for it was pretty well done, so you got to give them props for that. Next up, Team Taz comes down, and yes, he's on the microphone. He's got the orange hat on. He invites the camera guy in the ring, which is funny because last week Eddie Kingston kicked out the camera guy of the ring, so a little inconsistency on the heels, I suppose. The bad guys, some of them want the camera guys to be in the ring, and some of them feel like you don't belong in the ring, so you need to get out. So, whatever. You know, consistency, what difference does it make? Ricky Starks gets on the microphone, which is good. I like him. He's good, even though he looks like The Rock in that one photo from, like, 1995, where he's got the man pouch. What are those things called? Where you put all with all the gimmicks in. Yeah, he looks like that, and I'm pretty sure he's worn one of them. And not just because he's a wrestler. You know, I think he considers that his drip, if it were. Yeah, but he's good on the microphone. I like him. I think he's gonna be a good talent. He's definitely one to watch for. And Team Taz says that they will make their presence known at Full Gear, whatever that means. They are going to be there. He said actually FTW presence will be there. So maybe Brian Cage will be doing something himself. Fanny Pack, that's what's up, man. Just when I needed a hot tag, here you come in to save me. All right. So Private Party begin their entrance. They're about to have a match here tonight. They got Matt Hardy on their side, and Sammy Guevara appears out of nowhere. Well, he appeared on the ramp and attacks Matt Hardy. So big oof to him. Yeah, they will be having their match at Full Gear, and this is something I'm sure everyone's looking forward to. Another match between these guys, or at least we can wrap this up. What is Matt Hardy's future after this? Man, there's a lot of question marks. Like, is he going to be an active competitor? I mean, obviously not every week, but I mean, his career is definitely winding down, and we could be seeing some of the last big feuds in Matt Hardy's career, which is, it's going to be hard to deal with. But here at Private Party, they are taking on... Yeah, they're coming out there. Private Party, by the way, they look like they are on bus duty. They have like these almost like reflective outfits on. It really was distracting me. You know, I was like, are they about to do construction? What's going to go on? The Private Party is taking on the Super Kick Party guys themselves of the Young Bucks. Matt Jackson, as you might remember last week, they were like, oh, well, his leg, my leg. Will he be able to walk? Will he be able to get in the ring? Is he going to be able to have a match? I don't know. His leg is injured. Is his leg going to be okay? I will forget all of that because he's going to be having a match because why not? He's just fine, I guess, because of reasons. So, yes, despite his leg being hurt, he flies around, which, of course, that hurts his leg, and he starts milking that for a while. But, yeah, he survives the match, however. And, yeah, FTR come down after the match, after these guys are standing tall, and with the post-match beatdown, FTR, the champions, the tag team champions, the guys that the Young Bucks are going to be taken on at the pay-per-view. They got a chair inside of the ring. Will the Young Bucks survive? Will they be able to make it? Because now they have risked their body. Matt Jackson has risked one of his legs, one of his wheels that he stands on, that he uses to make all those leaps, all those hops. He's put himself in even more danger. And what for? Just so on the go-home episode they could prove how awesome they are? Well, you know, this might be a good reason why they won't be winning the match at the pay-per-view. If they lose, they never get another tag title opportunity. So a lot of people, I'm sure, are going to think that the Young Bucks are going to win, and I think that is a real possibility. I wouldn't put it past them. But it is interesting that they are bringing up this leg injury so much. Maybe they will actually use it in the match as some kind of storytelling element. What a novel idea. That would be fantastic. But we'll find out if they survive at the pay-per-view. Tony Schiavone, he's in the ring. He's introducing Eddie Kingston and Jon Moxley. Those two guys are going to be in a I Quit match for Jon Moxley's AEW Championship at the pay-per-view. And that's this Saturday. So we are told that TK, or Tony Khan, who's, you know, big money man of the company, have made this publicly known. He's the one who calls the shots. He's the one that makes the rules, I guess. He said no physically touching during this segment, or no match at the pay-per-view. The match is off if you guys touch. Well, I guess he didn't really go into too many details. It was more about, like, don't fight. Because Eddie Kingston gets right in the face of Jon Moxley. And I mean, they're rubbing noses like, rubbing noses this way, like some of this action going back and forth. It was kind of strange. I'm not going to lie. It was kind of weird. I was like, of all the times to be sticking your nose literally in some other dude's nose, I wouldn't be doing it now. I wouldn't do it anytime, really. You got to push people back. Because look, if you just pushed him back, would it be that big of a deal? I mean, you're already touching noses, so technically you could say, well, you physically touched? I don't know what the rules are. We should have gotten more details from Tony Khan. Which body parts am I allowed to rub up against somebody? My nose? That's acceptable. Now, other body parts? Probably not acceptable. I'm just making guesses here. But Eddie Kingston wants that championship. He talks a lot. My goodness. He says that Jon Moxley won't have kids because of him. He wants the belt that bad? Okay. And, talks about his mama. Eddie says that he will end Jon Moxley's existence. I mean, things were getting tense. They were saying things that they might regret. I don't know. This is kind of ridiculous. This is their buildup. They feel like that this is what's really going to drive it home. I feel like they did pretty good, all things considered. I don't really buy this rivalry between these two guys, but Eddie Kingston's good on the microphone. It really seemed like they hated each other. It just doesn't necessarily mean that I care enough to look at this match and say, that's the match that I want to see. Eddie Kingston, Jon Moxley, 2020 for the championship. Eddie Kingston might win that championship. Yeah, I don't see that happening. Pac. Who even remembers Pac? Well, he's been gone for 7 months. He's been isolated in his home country, I suppose. He's been watching Dynamite in isolation. We have a little video that they shot with that, showing multiple Pacs in the room, or I guess you could say a Pac'd out room, if you will, or a Pac'd house. 7 months and he's coming back. It was a really good video. I liked it. It was very well put together, very well done. Good stuff. Can't wait to see what he does. I assume he's going to be at the pay-per-view. No guarantees. But they did talk about him. They did bring him up. So I assume he's going to be doing something very soon. Next up, we got Red Velvet with Brandy. Why is she with Brandy? Why not? Brandy needs to be on television. Do you not understand this? We need to see Brandy. And yeah, what does Brandy add to this equation? She's there. And she's there. But first, before we get to a match, we got the Natural Nightmares of Dustin Rhodes and QT Marshall. They're going to get a match next week, and Brandy appears. The bunny. The bunny appears, and QT Marshall is sad because he's not with the bunny anymore. And, I'd be sad a little bit too. If I was, I guess if I was with the bunny, things were going great. I was giving her my apple. She was eating my apple. And, we were all like googly eyes and stuff. And then all of a sudden, she leaves to go be with Butcher and Blade, which, why did she leave Butcher and Blade in the first place? Nobody knows. Why did she rejoin them? This whole segment is like, why not? But yeah, Butcher and Blade, they attack, and the bunny has a creepy laugh that she does. Bone chilling. Nyla Rose, remember how she's in a feud with Sheeta? Well, she is. She's with Vicky Guerrero, and she's taking on Red Velvet with Brandy. And Big Nyla Rose, heavy-handed, dishing out them heavy shots. Velvet comes in with some fire. But, this cake gets cut quickly as Nyla Rose wins. Vicky Guerrero gets on the microphone and says that Brandy, she should change her title from Chief Brandy Officer, BO to CBSO for Chief BS Officer. Oh, and Vicky talks all this mess to Sheeta, and Sheeta looks like she's gonna tear up or something. She's like, I'm taking this. I don't like it. I don't like the thing the mean lady is saying to me. I don't like this. I don't like it. I should do something. I should do something. And then she does do something. She starts going after Vicky, and then Nyla starts attacking. So there you go. They're going to be having a match. It's going to be at the pay-per-view. Well, we'll see what happens. Now we get more videos with Paige and Kenny Omega going over their rivalry. It was good stuff. And they even have the song, You Don't Know What You Got Until It's Gone. Man, what a good song. Gotta love it. They paid some royalties for that. I mean, probably not a lot, but, still a good song. I like 80s hair metal and stuff like that. I mean, I can't help it. I mean, look at me. Are you surprised? Tell me. Are you surprised? Now we have Cody, the TNT champion, with Arn. And, yeah, he is taking on Gun Club Dark Order. Yeah, yeah, you know what? I don't know why Billy Gunn and his son Austin Gunn were in the main event. I really don't. But they were. I guess they should soak it in because Billy Gunn, I don't know how many more main events he's going to be in. Son Gunn, Austin Gunn, he gets the pin here. So, you know what? Good for that guy. Good dude, whatever. Actually, Cody was just there, I suppose. Yeah. I messed up my notes. It was the Gun Club versus Dark Order of Silver. John Silver and Colt Cabana. This match was just randomness. It was running around. Things were breaking down. Orange Cassidy even comes out at one point and punches John Silver. They're going to have a match, John Silver and Orange Cassidy, at the pay-per-view. Why? Because they've been doing some funny skits on YouTube. I don't want to sound salty, but is that pay-per-view quality? I don't know, man. It's a very big question to me. The main takeaway from this, the main point, the thing that matters here in this final segment, the final segment here of the night, is that Cody cuts a promo talking about the TNT Championship. You see Darby Allin. Did you see him? No. You're not looking high enough. Like, look. You see that? Up there, my man. Oh. He's up there, and Cody's talking to him, all right? And, yes, he's saying that Cody's over there. He says, look, you need to stop lying to yourself. Stop lying. You, my man. Yeah, I know. It's a freaking earthquake in here. I'm trying to keep things under control. Check my walls. Check all surfaces. Check all orifices. Oh, wait, I probably shouldn't do that on camera. We're going to get through this. We're going to get through this review, even if my brain doesn't. What are you going to do? Okay, so he says, you know what? You, Darby Allin, you want a shot at this, the AEW TNT Championship that I keep on my waist. You want this. You want this ace belt. And I'm like, what does he mean ace belt? Like it's the A belt? Because no, the A belt would literally be the AEW World Heavyweight Championship. Am I right? But Cody has a championship because why not? He deserves a championship. Yes, I'm not gonna hate on. I'm not hating on him. I'm just saying it's funny that he didn't win the World Heavyweight Championship, and then all of a sudden he's got a belt for himself. But yeah, so they will face. It'll be Darby Allin and Cody Rhodes for the TNT Championship. Now that is a match that I'm looking forward to. Darby Allin is a very good talent. Cody, I think, can take care of him. He can teach him a lot in the ring. And those two guys are definitely going to have a good match. I could see Darby possibly winning that championship, if not now, but in the future. I could see Darby Allin absolutely as a World Heavyweight Champion someday. I get it. He's smaller, but it's AEW, and I think things like that could happen. Yeah, that is not the kind of video we're trying to do, Super Servants. Not here, not anytime. This is not an OnlyFans account. We don't do those kind of dirty shenanigans here. No. I'm not in that desperate of need of money. Although if somebody wants to send me some money, I'll take it. But that was AEW Dynamite. My AEW Full Gear predictions and scenarios will be coming out this weekend. I won't be reviewing the show on Saturday Live because I will have to work. So I'll have to find time after the pay-per-view and watch it and review it and all that kind of thing. But that does mean I'll get to use my fancier camera where you'll be like, oh, man, look at that quality. Look at that detail. Oh, my goodness. My goodness, look at that. He looks amazing. He looks incredible. But that will be this weekend. Yes. Thank you guys so much for watching. I kept it together as much as I could. I almost lost my camera. So everything's good in the hood. Hope you guys have a good night, a good week, good weekend. And I will be catching you guys very soon.